Today at Purdue Performance, we're going to be installing a front mount intercooler to our car. We've already been installing our new turbo upgrade, so we've got the front end of the car already stripped down. If you want to see the process to do this, view our YouTube channel of our turbo video. But now we're going to show you step by step how to install the intercooler and put the rest of the car back together. Okay, so now we're going to be installing the front mount intercooler. Obviously we've got the whole front end of the car stripped down, so it's going to make this a bit easier for us as we've got more access, but you do need to remove some of the front end anyway to fit a front mount. You'll have a step-by-step guide with your specific intercooler. What we'd suggest doing is laying out all the pipe work first, figuring out what route it's going to take, what silicone joiner goes where before you start putting it on. That way you won't get mixed up and install the wrong part in the wrong place. Let's crack on. The first pipe that we're going to replace is this one up here. We're going to just cut off the clip that's on there already, as we have new clips with the intercooler that we're going to use. So we can put the new pipe on. We're not going to do any of these up too tight yet. We just want to get them in place and put the clips on loosely. This will give us a bit of movement when we're fitting the rest of the intercooler pipework, making it easier for us. So the next piece to go in is this straight joiner. So we're going to push this in here. I've already put the clip over the silicone so it's ready to join up when we need it. Now we've got this 90-degree bend. Next we've got this piece, so we'll slide this in, remembering to put a clip on first. We're now going to put the joiner onto the turbo, just because it's easier access while we've got the front of the car still off. So the next piece that goes in is straight into the turbo joiner. Now we've got this 45-degree bend. Now we've got this straight piece with the bracket at the bottom. Now we've got this 90 to go on the end of the straight that we just put on. Now that we've got most of the pipework on, we can get the front panel back in, then the intercooler is going to sit in front of that and we'll join the rest of the pipework up. Before we put the front end back on, we can remove the old intercooler assembly and all of this pipework here, as none of it's going to be used anymore. So now we've unbolted the front part of the old intercooler assembly, we can move that out of the way. And that's the rear part of the intercooler assembly removed. Now we can try and line up the front end of the car to the top bolt holes. We're just going to hang the front bar back on loosely with these bolts. We're not going to tighten them up, but this will help us get it in place while we get the front support on properly. We can then tighten these up after, but this will help hold it in place while we work on the other area. Now we can join up the radiator connector, join the bottom and top hose for the radiator back on, as we're not going to be moving this again, and also the aircon lines. To secure the front mount intercooler, we need to drill 2 small holes in this front bar here, which then bolts are going to go through and support the intercooler from the top and a bracket from the bottom. Now that we're happy with the intercooler location, we can bolt the bottom bracket into the intercooler and the support on the front of the car. This will help hold the intercooler in place. There is some adjustment in this bracket, so we can move it back and forward and side to side as needed. The airbox is back on. All we need to do is refill the cooling system, put the headlights back in, connect them up, the daylight runners when we put the bumper on, and just secure everything back together. Put our wheels back on, start it up, and we'll have to bleed the cooling system. now we can reinstall the front bumper. We're going to put it in position and hang it by the top bolts. Again, only doing them just loosely at first so we can align everything else, then we'll tighten it up. So now that the front end back together, all we need to do is connect the battery, refill the cooling system, and then we can start the car to bleed out any air that may be in the coolant. Okay, so now we can reconnect the battery. And that's the front mount intercooler all installed. You can see it's all back together. We can see the logo through the bottom grille. Now we've just got to go and take the car out for a little test drive. This can be done at home on your driveway. Today you can see we're in a garage, but that was just because it made it easier for filming. Thank you to our friends over at Tottenham MOT Centre for letting us use their space.